Hello, everybody. It's Ryan from RNA Music, deep in the heart of Texas, your favorite mom and pop guitar shop and music lesson studio. So excited. Let's make sure the stream is working correctly. Let me go look at that because it's been a hot minute since I've done any live streaming. So let me go look at that because it's been a hot minute. There I am. Amazing Sorceress. Okay. Seems to be working. Let me test the guitar real quick. I always have trouble with the audio being like getting weird. How's that sound? Sounds okay. It's one of my biggest pet peeves with streaming is like figuring out, is my hat sideways? Figuring out how to do this and not get the audio of the guitar all kinds of messed up. Now, I know there's probably ways to do this where I get plugins and all that kind of stuff, but I was using, my Devil Cat amp that's right here in the room with a, condenser mic. So hopefully it's picking up guitar, picking up my voice. Just fine. All right, it's been a hot minute since I've done a live video or any kind of video, and it's Friday night. It's 8:11 p.m. in the Texas. I wanted to jump on and make a video, do a bit of a stream for you guys, just to catch up and maybe discuss a little bit. The topic of the evening is what I have learned by learning some ZZ Top songs over the past months or year or whatever. So I'm going to talk about that. It's been an interesting journey. I've learned a lot by trying to deep dive on some ZZ Top stuff. So let me discuss a little bit of that. All right, now I grew up obviously in Texas, so I'm born and raised in Texas. Sorry, I'm copying something. And obviously, just like everybody else in the world, aware of ZZ Top. I first, being born in '75, so I'm just turned 50. I grew up. My first exposure to ZZ Top, probably like a lot of people, was like in the '80s with MTV, with the Eliminator record, and Sharp Dressed Man, Legs, the MTV era. So I was, 10, 11 when I first heard ZZ Top. And that was my first exposure. I had never heard the older records, their first few records. And so that's what I knew about them. And of course, about the time I started playing guitar, I was heavily into Guns N' Roses. And, that very quickly morphed into Metallica stuff. And then Pantera, and then like hard rock stuff. Hey, Sonic Grace. Hello, Angela. So my background as a young guitar player, when I started guitar, whatever the grade that was, 8th grade, 9th grade, quickly, it was Guns N' Roses, quickly Metallica, quickly Pantera. Of course, that's also when, the grunge thing happened, and Nirvana and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam and that kind of stuff. So as a young guitar player, I was heavily into more like hard rock stuff. And then, as a later teenager, then got into more of the classic rock stuff like Zeppelin and, Black Sabbath and that kind of stuff. And then, of course, AC/DC was a big, that kind of stuff. Can I play some Poison? Angela, why are you asking about Poison? I did learn Talk Dirty to Me. I forgot how to play it. I haven't played it since I was in high school. I don't remember how to play it. There was a little bit of Poison one time. I haven't played it since the 80s. Anyways, so back to ZZ Top, right? It took me a long time. Clearly, obviously knew who they were and the hits. But it was like a year and a half, 2 years ago when I was approached by some friends. Every rose has its thorn. Yeah, oh, that was the easy one. I don't know why Talk Dirty to Me was that was the first Poison song I ever heard, I think, was Talk Dirty to Me. So anyways, again, from a guitar standpoint, it was all like hard rock and metal stuff. And grunge and alternative. Grunge, alternative, hard rock, metal. Not a lot of like the 80s hair bands. Hardest ZZ Top song to play so far. Oh, the most difficult one that I've started work on is probably Cheap Sunglasses. Now I'm getting ahead of myself, Wilson 3D, but like Cheap Sunglasses, well, you know, I'll get into all this in a second. I was approached to do this ZZ Top tribute thing a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's taken a really long time to coalesce. My drummer has his job changes and career changes and things, and then finding the right Dusty has been a challenge. But anyways, I have enjoyed the journey, and I thought, well, I've played Sabbath stuff, and I've played Led Zeppelin. Sabbath solos, Led Zeppelin solos, classic rock stuff. I thought, well, you know what, that'd be interesting. I've always liked ZZ Top. I never disliked ZZ Top. I always thought they were cool, and I always thought the music videos were cool, and super catchy music. But I never sat down and tried to learn their tunes when I was a younger player. So coming at it from being in my prime, and having to relearn their songs, I've learned a lot of things. And I kind of want to talk about that. Maybe show you some of the things I've learned and the things I've observed about them. And number one is the record and what they play live is sometimes pretty different. Like the recorded versions of the songs and how they play live sometimes is quite a bit different. And I've approached this mostly from the live setting of how they play their songs. So I bought the 2007 Live in Texas DVD, which is super rad. And now 2007 was a long time ago. We're like, what are 21 years ago? Or 19 years ago? 21 years ago. That's a while back, but I watched that DVD and I got the CD, the audio of it, and I've listened to that a million times. And so in my mind, that's sort of the default. And our observance as, maybe forming a tribute band was like, we're going to model ourselves and we're going to model the songs and how they play it live. Because again, there's only one guitar player. And on the record, there's multiple guitar tracks. So I've gone down the deep dive, and I have, again, I'm approaching this from the live standpoint. Now, what I've observed is the timing of it, right? So there's a joke. My friend Ike from Flipside Music in Denver, Colorado, home of the Flipside Blues. Ike is a blues guy, like a blues guy. Go to, open mic night things and blues night things, and he's like, you always see the rock guys trying to play blues, and you always know it's not quite right. And a lot of it just has to do with the timing. So, from a technical standpoint, like speed, precision, shreddy shreds, it's not like playing, heavy metal, right? Heavy metal tends to be more like on the grid, on the beat, precise, and bluesy stuff tends to be a little more, I call it loosey-goosey. And like Zeppelin, same thing. The timing is wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. They kind of wiggle around. Now, people accuse Jimmy Page of being sloppy. I don't think he's sloppy. It just got they're playing with the time. You get a shuffle, right? Now, I'm very lucky, I feel like, because being a drummer first all through junior high, high school, college, I had to play in the jazz band. So I played drums in the jazz band. Well, jazz is all freaking shuffles, like, all the time. Swing and shuffle stuff. So I got a ton of that in high school and college as a drummer. So I feel like being able to capture the groove of it has been maybe a little bit easier for me, but still definitely a challenge to get the wiggle, I guess you would call it, in there. So I think the hardest part about it is the hardest part with the solo-y stuff is timing. Getting the feel, to feel pretty authentic. Another thing I've learned is, like, the more you know your pentatonics, the easier it is, because most of Billy's solos and most blues stuff is heavily pentatonic based. So knowing your patterns, all 5 positions of your pentatonic scale. Clearly I need to warm up. But, in the blues scale, right, which is, the blues scale is just the pentatonic with one more note. Like, learning those inside and out, backwards and forwards, definitely helps with learning the solos. So, really had to sit down and kind of refresh my pentatonic stuff. I spend most of my days with young players or new players teaching essential basics, and so it's not a lot of solo-y stuff all day long with the young players. So, but just sitting down and grinding out my scales. Going through them back and forth in multiple keys. That's kind of helped when I sat down to dissect a lot of the solos. I'm like, okay, oh, we're in C. Like, all right, so the solo is based in C minor. So then having to practice in C quite a bit. Because Billy isn't always, not all the time is he in, you would consider box 1. He does play in box 1 a fair bit, but he also shifts positions quite a bit. So being able to shift back and forth has been a really exciting thing. I'm meandering a little bit, but I want to go back to, so I think the first song I learned was Under Pressure. Like when I started out, all right, deep dive, I got to learn like 10, 11, 12, 15 ZZ Top songs. So again, I've listened to the Live in Texas track so much and watched the videos of them playing it. I was like, oh, that's how it goes. So now when I hear the actual record version, I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. It's quite a bit different from the live. It's similar, but they had so much electronic stuff going on in that season of their career. It's quite a bit different. Cheap sunglasses. So that's the what he's doing live is like, well, that's quite a bit different. That's all in mostly E. Whoops. E blues stuff. The other thing is he does so much hybrid picky stuff, which my hybrid picking experience pre-ZZ Top was for the most part like a lot of, well, Stairway was the first thing I ever learned of. You know, Stairway was the first song I ever learned that had a bit of hybrid picking in it. But it wasn't too crazy, wasn't too fast. So seeing where Billy incorporates a lot of hybrid picky stuff into just the riffs, you know, like right there, he's live, it's been really interesting. And then I think even in the solo, right? Oh, yeah, there we go. Segueing the hybrid picky thing. Also learning the solos, I have attempted to do something really close to how Billy played it live, in 07 at least. Now, one thing I have noticed is the live solos were quite a bit, can differ quite a bit from the recorded solos. But it seems like from live show to live show to live show, Billy Gibbons was pretty consistent with how he played them live. Now, there might be some spots where he kind of improv'd a little bit, but it seems like the live solos tended to be pretty close to each other, but fairly different from the recorded versions in a fair few situations. So, like the solo he does live for Under Pressure, it's all, you know, it's all a lot of hybrid. Even this lick right here starts with a. There's two hybrid plucks in there. I mean, I remember sitting there having to go like, what the crap? Even the little dyads. Of that in there. Quite a bit of that. So getting used to, yeah, beard does get in the way a little bit when I'm sitting. Standing would be easier. So getting used to hybrid picking in the solos has been interesting. And then a fair few of the tunes, he's hybrid picking the riffs. So that's been a fun adventure, is trying to Sharp Dressed Man. So that main little and you go watch YouTube videos of people teaching how to play it, and they're see a lot of that stuff. But again, I'm analyzing the live videos like really closely. I'm like, what is he doing? Like, what's he doing on the song that he wrote and that he's played 5 million times? So he's definitely doing a... Yeah, there it is. It's like a double hybrid pick. So he's plucking like the B string and the G string. Which is rad. It sounds way cooler. I mean, that's close, right? I can't even do it that way. I've done the other one so much. Dress man. That's such a quick. It's a really quick lick. Oh, there's so much. In every single song I've worked on, I've learned a lot. So the hybrid picking thing is just a journey. Sharp dressed man, of course. Again, he's doing the thumb over the top, like the Hendrix kind of thing. I never play thumb over the top unless I'm doing like a G sharp, D/F sharp chord. For that one chord, the D/F sharp is the only time I really ever thumb over the top. As far as like playing riffs with a thumb, never really done that. Like I never learned any Hendrix songs when I was a younger player. Again, it all started Guns N' Roses, Metallica, you know, Soundgarden, Nirvana, Green Day, Pantera, Megadeth, you know, hard stuff. Hard as in hard rock, hard heavy metal. I never really learned any Hendrixy stuff. Not that I don't like Hendrix. I do like Hendrix. He's super cool. And, you know, I never really learned any Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff. I didn't learn really any like pure blues stuff when I was a young player. But that thumb over the top, man, because trying to play it, it just doesn't work, you know. Like you can't really play Sharp Dressed Man right if you don't. Like it just doesn't. To play it well, I think you got to do the thumb thing, and if you're not, so I had to practice that because that felt odd to me. So a lot of hybrid picky stuff, different chord voicings, using the pentatonics in a different way than say, you know, like Zakk Wylde would do it, or you know, the heavy metal guys do it. So that was a lot to learn. Let's see, what else? What else have I learned? I also learned that live, Billy Gibbons uses a lot more gain than you think. A lot more than the records. So like his live tone is pretty spicy. On the record, it's less gain. You know, fairly like a pushed clean a lot of times. Not super juicy, but live, he's using a lot of distortion, which is great because I do like that. I do like a lot of distortion, but it makes sense to live. You got to fill up that sonic space. You know, and Dusty's bass is pretty grindy. The bass guitar is pretty grindy live, and Billy's using a lot of juice on his tone, which I do like that. So a lot of juice. The one thing I didn't have to learn was pinch harmonics. I have Zach Wilde and Dimebag Darrell to thank for my pinch harmonics, but they got it from Billy. I mean, Billy kind of patented that, the pinch harmonic. So I didn't have to learn pinch harmonics. I could already do that. So that's been, you know, I can throw those in kind of willy-nilly when I need to. But favorite song? Probably so far. We'll talk about favorite, and then we'll talk about like hardest so far. Favorite has got to be Waiting on the Bus. Like, to be honest, I had not ever heard that up until like a couple of years ago. And I was like, what the heck is this? Why is this not on the radio nonstop? Like, you hear Legs, Give Me All Your Lovin', Sharp Dressed Man. You hear all these, you know, the hits from the 80s. You still hear in lots of places, you know, but Waiting on the Bus, I was like, what? Oop. And of course the LaGrange, that's great. But Waiting on the Bus, I was like, I don't know this one. What is it? It's another one that live is different. The record seems like it's a lot of picking, like. Record is more picky. Live, he's doing a fair bit of hybrid stuff on that, and I'm not nearly as good as that. He's doing like he's like live is. I'm sure he's bored because he's played it 7 million times in his life. And well, number one, it sounds a little more spacious. It's filling up more space, hybrid picking it. I tend to pick that one a little bit, but I may do a little bit more work on the hybrid bit of that. That first lick, not the not that part, but where it turns around. So good. But this one. That took me forever to go. Like, figure out what he's doing, because, you know, tabs are all over the place. Lesson videos are all over the place. Everybody does it slightly different. And I was really trying to figure out what he was doing on that live DVD. So a DVD was nice. You can kind of watch their hands and like, all right, let me figure it out. But I love that lick. That's a lot of string skipping. love that part. That's so good. Waiting on the bus again. The solo live, it departs a fair bit from the recorded version. So again, I was chasing the live solo. That lick right there. Yeah, oh, that lick. It reminded me of Randy Rhoads, right? You know. Yeah, Randy does that. This is pull-offs, open strings. I was like, oh! Did Randy steal that from Billy Gibbons? Probably not. He probably didn't, but that. Then they hold this out. That one's might be my favorite one to play. I don't know why. It's a cool riff. Number one, it's a cool riff. It's fun to play. It's super dope. It's just, I like that one a lot. And of course, you know, follows right into the. Jesus just left Chicago. New Orleans. And all points in between. That one's a dope one too. That one's so good. And again, and he doesn't go. That'd be too easy. He goes. He does do something. He does keep some signature things from the records. He's got some cool stuff that he does. So it's been really interesting. Hey, Guitar Gear Guru, what's up? It's been really interesting deciphering this stuff. Like on the record, sometimes he does some odd tuning things, so he'll retune one string. But live, Billy is making, you know, concessions for that. So That one's fun. I like that one too. The solo on that is, you know, he's got some interesting things that he's doing. That one's cool. That one's been really fun to learn too. Like, again, as close to their live versions of it as possible. What else? Just stylistically, like having to get used to hybrid picky stuff, and then some, you know, chord voicings that I wouldn't necessarily think to do off the top of my head. And I'm sure Billy Gibbons, the great Billy Gibbons, like, again, he himself probably had to figure out, like, how do I replicate 2 or 3 different guitar tracks, you know, live? Like, what am I going to play live that fills up the most space in a live setting? So I'm sure he has his reasons why he does what he does when he does. I haven't played Thank You in a while. I used to play that one a bit. I like that one a lot too. I forgot how I did it. I need to go back and refresh that one. That song was not on their Live in Texas DVD, but that one was really fun too. I need to go refresh on it. I haven't played a lot of these. I haven't played a lot of these ZZ Top songs in maybe 6 months, so I was really deep diving for a while on them. Then the band kind of got put on hold indefinitely. Lots of life stuff. Lots of stuff in my life and family things. And then my drummer, you know, his work, job situations and things. And maybe for the last 6 or 7 or 8 months, I haven't really played these songs that much. I would play Waiting on the Bus ever so often because I'm just like, I just liked it a lot as a song. And then I would probably fiddle around with Sharp Dress because I really enjoyed that lick. And then the solo, so here's something else I learned. The solo on Sharp Dressed Man, on the record, he uses a fair bit of slide guitar stuff. But live, he doesn't do slide on Sharp Dressed Man. It's just... hybrid. So the recorded version is very slide heavy. Live, he is not doing the slide. That's a very slide-ish move right there. Oops. Which is funny because on Just Got Paid and Tush, he's playing slide. Like live, the solos. On that particular record, the only solos he played slide on was Just Got Paid and Tush. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I have to learn some slide for that. I'm not going to do that for you now because, where's my slide? It's around here somewhere. I thought I started working on those maybe a year ago. And I was like, oh, Lord. Slide is kicking my butt. I've had a slide over the years. I would buy one because I was like, I think I'll learn some slide stuff. Then I ended up selling it or getting rid of it, and then I never do. And slide, let me take a drink. Grape water. Slide is like, you want to feel like a complete beginner at guitar again. There it is. Get a slide. And I am not good at this. So just so you know. And this guitar is not set up for slide. This guitar has super low action. Feel bad about yourself. And Billy's not really finger playing the slide. He's using the pick, which is really hard to do. Hard to control the strings that you don't want ringing with just a pick. So I've been doing the hybrid thing. Trying to get used to that. Oh my God. I did learn a fair bit of those slide solos. I can't play it for you now because I've forgotten them. But I was like, Lord Jesus, help me. All right, so everything I'm telling my young students, I'm like, all right, go really slow. Play it correctly. Doesn't matter how fast it is if the notes are wrong. Doesn't matter how fast you can go if the notes and the rhythm's wrong. Go really slow. Play it 500 times. It was so humbling to pick up the slide and attempt to play, you know, a ZZ Top slide. We're not talking Derek Trucks or Dwayne Allman or any of that kind of stuff. It's like, man, it was a whole nother thing. So I need to refresh on that. Again, this guitar is not set up for that. You need pretty decent action, higher action on your guitar for slide stuff. What else? I'm looking at my list. I have a list of songs over here. Hardest one, going back to the beginning of this video, hardest one so far, because I haven't learned all of them, it's probably Cheap Sunglasses, because it's a lot of hybrid. Let's see if I can... And like trying to like sing over that. Bye Sonic, thank you for hanging out. Trying to sing over that. That riff is so funky. It's like E and E and a 2 and. Da, 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 da. That first little pluck is on the E, like E and a 16th notes. E and a 2, E and a da da. That, just playing that. This is hybrid picking the G the whole time. That one, I think I can play the riff pretty close. I'll pull up the track of them playing it. I'll try to play along, getting that down. But then getting the vocals to lay on top of that is like, oh man, like pat your head, rub your belly. And then that's the other side of this whole equation is, clearly in the band, my job is to somewhat impersonate Billy Gibbons. That's my role. I'm the Billy in the band. And so learning to do all the vocal parts on top of the guitar parts has been really interesting and challenging. And I'm not an overly confident singer. Like Angela says I can sing. And I'm saying in church, like we're music directors in a church, I would sing backup vocals, to praise and worship songs, which are really, really fairly simple melodically and rhythmically. So that was doing that in the church for the last year and a half before we retired from that, I think helped push me with my vocals a little bit. But I'm super self-conscious about it. I don't know why, but I am. And so learning to try to nail the guitar parts, like really as authentically as I am capable of doing that, and then trying to nail the vocals on top of that has been really interesting. Now, again, I've watched them, ZZ Top, so much that's kind of the standard. And I have gone and checked out a fair amount of videos of people covering ZZ Top songs. Sometimes just covers, sometimes actual legit ZZ Top tribute bands. And I'm like, okay, the majority of those tribute bands, vocally, they don't do it. They don't, they don't sound like Billy and Dusty. It's hard to do, really hard to imitate someone's vocal style. You could probably imitate their drumming and their bass playing and their guitar style sooner than you could imitate their vocal style. And some of the bands I've seen, played some really big shows as tribute bands, and the vocals were definitely the weakest link, but they had the hats and the glasses and the mic stands and the jackets, and they played really, really well, and that was great. My friends in El Loco Fandango, my buddies out of Denver, Colorado, I've seen them live twice, and they came down to Texas and played some shows in Texas, all the way from Denver. And Don and Mike, they're the Billy and Dusty in that band, and like they freaking kill it. Like, I love them, and Don's been an amazing resource for me to ask him questions like, bro, how are you playing Cheap Sunglasses? Because this seems like difficult. And they've been super encouraging and supportive of us doing this out here in Little East Texas. But Don kills it, like vocally. I'm like, geez, Louise, Don. I mean, he doesn't sound like Billy, but he sounds great. And I mean, he's singing like, if you watch any current live videos of them doing like Legs for one, I'm like 95% sure Billy is. He may be singing along, but it's the track, because that's high for him. But Don is like hitting it, like they're not lowering the tuning or anything. And Mike too. Mike's killing it on vocal stuff. So it's, you know, they're my, you know, ZZ Top is the standard. And then my second standard underneath them is my friends from Denver, El Loco Fandango. Like, I'm like, you guys are killing it. Like, their sound live is fantastic. It's full. The guitars sound incredible. The tone is amazing. The bass is amazing. Drums, I mean, they do it really good. I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I got to at least endeavor to play as well as those guys do. Anyways, I've learned a lot. I feel like I've learned a lot. I feel like it's been an amazing challenge because it's taken me out of my box of, you know, Metallica songs and Megadeth and the hard rock stuff. So it's been a really fun challenge. I've had to learn some new techniques that I wasn't necessarily used to, chord voicings, really listening on the timing and brushing up on my pentatonics and blues scales. And then, like, a lot of it, I couldn't use tablature to learn it, and I couldn't use video, like, lessons to learn these solos because pretty much no one was playing these the way Billy plays them live. Everybody's doing something different. Or they're playing it like the record, but that's not... Billy doesn't play it like the record live. He's got to play it live the way he can pull it off live. So there's been a fair few of these. Like, I found tablature for it, or I found the notes, or I found a lesson. I'm like, that's close, but it's not really right. So then I would go back to the Live in Texas DVD. If I could find a clip on YouTube, I would. And I would sit there and rewind and play, rewind. So some of the stuff, particularly the live solos, I had to kind of watch Billy play and use my ear. And I know what key we're in. And like take it apart sort of, you know, piece by piece, phrase by phrase, based off what he's doing. So it's been a really good challenge in a lot of ways. So I needed an idea. I needed something to talk about tonight to go live. And I just thought, well, actually, I'm going to give credit to my friend Adam Lamar, because I was talking to Adam. I was like, hey, man, I'm going to go live on... I need to go live on YouTube because I haven't made a video in a while. And I was like, I don't know what to talk about. I need a topic to talk about. He's like, whoa, you know, you got to be careful because some people tend to go, you know, negative, because negative stuff gets views when you're talking. And I don't want to, you know, be super negative about anything. So like, I always think I should get online. I should teach something, because I ended up teaching all day long. But Adam, shout out to Adam Lamar, one of my other favorite Texas musicians. Was like, hey, why don't you talk about ZZ Top songs? I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea, Adam Lamar. So, so shout out to Adam for that. And I think it's a good idea. That's like a good, you know, it's really, I didn't grow up playing ZZ Top songs. I never even grew up with their old music. Let me tell you this. I'll tell you this right quick. I never heard this song until like literally a year ago. I've never heard this song. Is it going to play? Oh, that's so good. was like, what is this? I got their like deluxe edition, going 50 or something, like all the hits. And I was just driving, and I was just letting it play, and I was like, what is this? What is this song? Somebody else been shaking your tree? Never in my life ever heard that song, ever, anywhere, ever. And I was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard. I don't think I've heard a better song than that. It was super cool. I was like, oh. So I started hunting. ZZ Top doesn't even play that song live. You can't find a live video of ZZ Top playing Somebody Else Been Shaking Your Tree. It's just like, they don't do it. There's a couple of clips on YouTube. You can find audio of them back in the 70s, like an audio clip of them playing it. Of course, they're cooking. They're playing it fast, but the audio is crap. Like somebody like recorded it, not obviously with a phone in 1977, but they somehow recorded it. And it's like, oh, there's no videos anywhere of ZZ Top playing that song. And I'm like, that's the coolest thing I have ever freaking heard. And like Brown Sugar, I had never heard Brown Sugar until like a year ago. I'm like, what is this? Where's this been my whole dang life? I was robbed. I was robbed as a young person. Nobody played the first 3 or 4 or 5 ZZ Top records for me. I was like, I think we're gonna try to do Somebody Else Been Shaking Your Tree. Me and the current bassist I've just started playing with. He's like, I love that song. Like, I love that song too. And nobody ever plays it. That's super rad. Like, we're going to have to do that. Like, I don't know. That's probably my favorite song. Isn't that weird? Like, of all the songs they have, and they're all great, they're all fantastic, but Somebody Else Been Shaking Your Tree. I'm like, that is the best song I have ever heard from ZZ Top. And I don't know why they don't play it. It's super cool. So that might be our deep cut song that we learn and we play. So, yeah. Good stuff. All right. Thank you guys for all hanging out. Thank you, Angela, for hanging out and moderating. You're amazing. I know you're supposed to be studying, but thank you for hanging out and watching and listening. Yeah. So again, I'm trying to do some more YouTube videos, but life has been terribly hectic and chaotic still. Maybe it's going to calm down a little bit soon. Maybe it's going to calm down. I don't know. But that's probably what I need to do. I probably need to make some more YouTube videos, just like me learning these songs, showing what I've learned, and showing my interpretation of these songs. So the last video I put up was me jamming with one of my students. There'll probably be a fair bit of that where, jamming with students, putting that just for fun stuff. Like, I don't necessarily have a plan, but like, YouTube likes it when you make videos. That's kind of a thing you need to do to keep your YouTube channel going. So thank you all for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Dastardly Dave, Sonic Grace, Jack Gilchrist, thank you for hanging in, Jack. All right. So thank you guys for hanging out. Wilson's 3D, Mr. Wilson with a P bass. No, different Mr. Wilson. Thank you guys and girls for hanging out. We'll see you soon in another video, hopefully. And until then, keep the music alive. Don't forget it. Music needs you. We need the music. We need to keep it alive for the next generation. And we need to tell them all about Somebody Else Been Shaking Your Tree by ZZ Top, because I feel robbed. Like 48 years of my life, robbed that I've never heard that song. It's super cool. It's got a I haven't learned that solo yet, but I'm going to, because that's super dope. And on that note, we'll see you guys and girls on the next video. Till then, keep the music alive. Don't forget it. I already said that. Somebody else been shaking your tree. All right, bye, guys. Thank y'all so much. Have a good night. End stream. End stream.